Hey, everyone. I don't usually make videos, but I feel like it was important to get my story out there. Thank you to Ghost Mac for giving me a platform to do this. I am being kept anonymous for my privacy and my friends' privacy. To Jewtoons fans, he is not the great guy you think he is. There are good and valid reasons why people don't like him. People see how scummy he acts, and there are others who he targets personally. He also goes out of his way to harass and threaten people. He monetizes from what he does, and he doesn't care who he hurts. He cares about the views and the money. He doesn't care about your feelings. You can also look at his community posts. If you examine his behavior and research him, you will find many disturbing things, and some I happened to come across. You may defend him now, but wait until he turns on you too. Also talking to you, mentee, I see you always coming to his rescue. Allowing him to use his mental health as an excuse to get his critics to stop saying stuff about him. That's disgusting. There was no mental health break, as we saw. The point of one is to entirely get off of social media, go out and get some fresh air. But no, that didn't happen. I was a fan of Jewtoons. I used to think he was a great guy, nice, and genuine. But then I saw his true colors, and I don't think I can ever forgive him for what he did, not only to me, but to my friends, and many others I met who went through similar experiences with him. It all started way back in the early days of the SML drama. I was familiar with Jewtoons since he made a video for Logan. Jewtoons was involved in the discussions we would have with people on Twitter about the drama. That was also how I met my friends. At the time, he was making videos about it, and I thought they were informative, not going to lie. I thought he was cool, I thought he was a friend. I just silently avoided him for months after he suddenly became aggressive. I never kept up on him. Later on, I saw he had that drama with C.Dusk, but I didn't pay much attention to it. I would come to regret. Here comes the main part. What Jewtoons did to me and my group. A while ago, he posted a video about Chili's address being leaked by Chili worshippers, or accusing us of conspiring to leak it, like we had some evil plan. I don't know if any of you saw that, but you may have. It was quickly taken down the day after, since he stupidly doxed my friend's email as he casually violated our privacy by showing our private group chat. He didn't censor it well, and we know he has good editing skills. Just goes to show he was out to get us. Me and my friends had to change our profile pictures and usernames just to get away from him. We also blocked him on his accounts and Minty as well, since we didn't want to take chances that he would use her account to stalk us. I stupidly and regrettably invited him into the group chat to involve him in our discussions, since he was still making videos about the SML drama. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I didn't notice his bias at the time. When we first added him, he was chill. He would also brag about being a journalist. However, one of my other friends got a bad vibe from him since he discovered he was randomly blocked by Jewtoons, even though he never talked to him or knew much about him. I should have seen it as a red flag, but we dismissed it as he was going through some stuff. Jewtoons had to unblock him in order to get added to the group chat. My friend asked, "Hey, man. Why did you block me?" And Jewtoons basically dismissed him, saying something like, "Let's forget about it and move on," which was odd. You think he would have a good reason for doing that. My friend ended up blocking him after Jewtoons wanted to play secret spy. I dismissed a lot of red flags, and I always gave him the benefit of the doubt, multiple times in fact. That he wasn't a bad guy, that he may have some personal or family problems he is dealing with. Still, that's not an excuse to harass and threaten people. The guy, who we later kicked out of the group, mentioned Chili acting depressed in those Insta stories with the sad music and her sitting in her Lambo. Jewtoons immediately took that to heart and said, "You can't act depressed," and I saw he became triggered from that, but I let him have his little moment. I later mentioned to the guy that he could have worded it better. I know he didn't mean it like that, and he probably doesn't quite understand mental health and the proper terms. Usually people think depressed means sadness, but that's not always the case, and I have a lot of the symptoms myself. I didn't take offense to it because I know he didn't mean it in a bad way, but Jewtoons' reaction, I thought it was an overreaction, but I dismissed it. It honestly felt like I was walking on eggshells and I had to be careful about what I said, similar to what I went through with a former friend, and it was such an awful feeling not being able to say what I wanted in order to avoid conflict. I hated that and he made me relive that. Later, he randomly blocked us and left our group. Then that was when he posted his little mental health break video. I thought he left our group chat for that, so I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Then the next day, he randomly came back saying he was talking to Chili all night and that he was going to bring her to talk to us and asked us to add him back into the group. We believed him and did so. He talked to us for a while. Then out of nowhere he insulted us, calling us creeps, stalkers, Chili worshippers. He also said I was recording the whole time and said say hello to YouTube. Chili never came and talked to us like he said, and he didn't even prove he was talking to her, so we assumed it was BS. It was all a lie and he lured us in with false pretenses in order to get what he wanted. This was a disgusting thing to do. It was like he was plotting something. So, basically, he threatened to expose me and my group on YouTube. At the time, I thought he was BS-ing. But then I realized how desperate he was for SML content and then I panicked and I had major anxiety. I wasn't around in the morning when he did this since I had my virtual graduation since I graduated from college and was happy. Then in the afternoon, I check my messages, and see that disaster. Then my anxiety was so bad I refused to eat, even days after. He ruined my good mood and my whole day. I now use a secondary account in the group chat. Then he wants to sue because of mental distress. What about the mental distress you caused us? The real estate information for Chili's house was public anyways and literally anyone could find it. One of my friends was easily able to find it since she posted the picture of her house on her Instagram story, which just goes to show that she doesn't care. Also, it's odd that he cares about her address being leaked, but not Logan's. Makes you think. I never looked at that information myself anyways, and my friend that found it said he didn't want her to be doxxed. We trusted Jewtoons to prove she had a house under her name in the first place, since a lot of people said she did not have a house or that it was Logan's or someone else's. But instead he betrays us and we felt used and hurt. It sounds kinda bad if you don't understand all this, but really, we didn't do anything wrong. Me nor my group would ever condone doxing. We are strongly against that. Then came the day when the video was released. He and Minty made up this lie that we were conspiring to leak Chili's address. Like, excuse me? Minty, did you even watch the video? Or are you just going to believe his B.S at face value? I don't know what sort of relationship they have. All I know is that she feels she owes him for taking her in after she got kicked out by her roommates from her apartment, and now she has to come to his rescue every time he gets himself into a bad situation. But I'm sure she has no idea about the other information I will get into later. It will surely be a shock to her, and if anyone wants to send her this video, feel free. I don't think she should comment or involve herself in stuff she doesn't fully understand. You need to mind your own business, Minty. Go read Lore Olympus and comment on political issues, that is what you are good at. In the video he posted, he showed more than what he should have. He showed Deeds, the website that has the house listing, more unseen pictures of the house, and had Chili's house picture on his thumbnail, not the one she released, but directly from the real estate website. He misused public information and now people are definitely going to be able to find her house. We never put the information out there and we never conspired or wanted to leak anything. But what do you know, he did that all himself. Not only that, but doxed my friend's email with intention to harm her. I'll mention a little bit of my friend's experience as well from what she told me. When she mentioned she got cheated on before in a previous relationship, all Jewtoons says was I just stay cautious. Like, what? He didn't say damn, I'm sorry to hear that, instead he just says I just stay cautious. What kind of response is that? Thinking about it now, it was odd. He didn't really seem empathetic at all. Now seeing all the other stuff that I found out about him, I can see why. To add to this, he ruined her day too. She actually had trouble eating the same day he uploaded the video. It was so bad that not even her medicine calmed her down. We knew he couldn't hurt us, but still, it felt nasty to be accused of such things that we never did or wanted to do. Forming the narrative that we are some evil plotters. My friend didn't even know she was doxxed because of her bad vision until my other friend pointed it out. If it wasn't for him doing that, she wouldn't have known. Thankfully the video was swiftly removed after that due to his error. And not only that, but the video had ads, which means he was profiting off of what he did to us, and that's just disgusting. This was his way of bullying a disabled person, and he told her that she is in her late 20s and should know better. And you are what? Almost 20? You should know better than to stupidly leak and dox people. I wish I was making this stuff up. Feel free to believe what you want. This is my take on it, and I don't lie about my details. You can't say I'm stalking him because he started stalking me and my friends, as you can see in the following tweets. Feel free to pause so you can read them. He was threatening us into silence even though he used to do the same thing and was involved in our discussions in the past. He wants to hurt people, get away with it, profit from it, claim victimhood, and delete comments that don't fit his agenda. If you can't take criticism, you shouldn't be on the internet, you shouldn't be a public figure, although I may have been too generous to call you that. Now to get to the shocking information I stumbled upon. You can pause the video to read these. But based on all this, he allegedly beats women. And look at how he talks to this poor girl. In this other tweet, he goes out of his way to insult her even though the tweet had nothing to do with him. Look who is a stalker now, stalking his ex. She is beautiful and you are the one that's missing teeth. Also he may have a kid, but that, I am not sure about. So, the woman, being his ex, apparently has receipts against him. I remember him making a live reflection video that said to read the description. And he said it was about how he may get custody of the kid if the DNA test was positive and the mother was unwell. This video was probably released around the time of these tweets. I can't believe anything he says, and no child should be under his custody with how allegedly abusive he is. Plus, when does he have the time to take care of a kid when he is on the internet all day and obsessed with what people say about him? This is so embarrassing. He should have said this stuff in private DMs, not out in the open for everyone and anyone to see. Wow, I'm surprised no one else found this stuff with all the situations he gets himself into. I also found this Tom and Jerry gif he sent to the girl, where Tom is blowing white cream out of a pastry and Jerry gets covered in it. Gross. I guess this time he messed with the wrong person. I wish you didn't betray us, Jewtoons. I really thought you were genuinely a nice guy. You could only get away with your actions for so long until you crossed someone who was bound to dig up dirt on you. You got too greedy. We just wanted to help you with your videos, that's all. But instead you use us in order to benefit yourself. You don't care who you hurt. All of what I show proves how much of an abusive misogynist pig he is, and I don't tolerate guys that abuse women. It makes you a coward. Still, I'm going to say that he allegedly beats women. I said allegedly, Jewtoons, so you can't come for me. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did that. Just look at his behavior. It is understandable why people target him, and I can't say he doesn't deserve it. He goes out of his way to harass and threaten people. Of course people are going to call him out. Although I don't agree with any threats made against his life, don't ever do that. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. As much as I don't like him, I don't wish him any harm. I don't want people to harass him or make threats on his life. I just want him to know what he is doing is wrong. He has a massive ego. But criticism? Dude, you can't seriously be that sensitive. Jewtoons, I know you are watching this since you like to look for any criticism against you. Just like you spammed my group chat to get us to report Ghost Mac's video for harassment. Yeah, he told us to do that. He kept bringing it up. He demanded. He took the video too personally even though it wasn't that bad and I didn't really see the problem. My main message to you, Jewtoons, get some mental help, go to a doctor. Your behavior is not normal. You don't understand how laws work. You can't get criminal charges for harassment unless it's sexual harassment in the workplace. And you can't get charged for stalking. Cops get called for that, but they say they can't do anything unless the person actually does something. You went out of your way to find Ghost Mac's private information and Facebook, yet you don't like it being done to you. Oh, okay, I see how it is. This is not defamation either because this is all public information. You put yourself out there, dude. Don't do anything to hurt yourself. Realize you have a problem and try to become a better person. You were an innocent kid that was into art, cartoons, and animation. What happened to you, man? You are a train wreck. I don't know who hurt you to make you this way, but you need to confront your issues in a healthy manner. Because what you are doing now, it's not working and you are ruining your own career. No animation studio will want to hire you if they see all of this. They will see you as problematic and just move on to the next person. You can't cope with your own issues alone. I know what I am telling you. This is a terrible way to cope with your problems. Take this as a wake-up call. Did you ever think you were the problem? Also, you can get in trouble for filing a false DMCA takedown. You can't silence people that way, just putting that out there. I think YouTube changed the rules on that. And, mentee, shame on you for condoning his behavior when he seriously needs mental help and you are just encouraging him to do all of this. And if you still support him after what I showed you, I don't know what to tell you. Also, we added Chili to the group chat. When she got on Twitter, she only commented one thing in the group chat. Which apparently proves that Logan was single, but who knows? If she had a problem with us, she would have messaged us herself to call us out or blocked us. But no, she never did that. She is also friends with someone in my group chat who talks to her and Tito personally. Chili is aware of us and she doesn't mind. Clearly she doesn't have a problem with us. So, Jewtoons, you basically lied to us and lured us into a trap. You're scummy for that. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for hearing me out. I felt it was important to get my story out. Again, feel free to believe what you want. I just want to get out my truth and I don't want clout from this. I just want people to wake up and see him for the person he is. Please, try to understand that I have my reasons. And Jewtoons, please, just stop. It is getting old and it is not funny anymore. It is ridiculous. Again, thank you to Ghost Mac for giving me a platform. Please support his channel.